Hello, glad to see you again. Here we are, surviving in Lombardy. Today I slept in and started my day half an hour later than usual. This will be relevant for the upcoming events I will describe to you now. Usually I walk tight alongside the road until I get to a pass below the highway, approximately 400 meters away from my house. The forest beyond the pass is so beautiful and is so disrupting with the surroundings that I decide to baptize it as Narnia. There I have long walks every day while listening to my podcast. Around 40 minutes later, when I has already used nature as a toilet and galloping track, we walk back our steps and go back home. Today I was just listening about how the concept of seasonality does not apply to virus. They are migratory and move from one hemisphere to the other instead of magically perishing from Earth. When I suddenly saw a person on my way out from Narnia, I waved, he waved back. Silly of me for not having identified the carabinieri uniform yet. This gentleman started speaking to me in Italian. I, sort of desperate, tried to tie with the cable of my headphones since I don't carry the leash. He gets upset for my recklessness. Where do you live? Close where? This is not holidays, this is an emergency state, you should stay home. His scolding lasted a few minutes that seemed hours, while I tried to train the most naive and language-unaware version of my face. He asks for my documentation and enters into his car. Finally, he gives me the ID back, sends me home, and leaves. Now, I would like to reflect on this panic episode. I cannot live aside the rules in spite of my scrupulous and routine protocols to prevent infection. After all, I must be grateful, in part to my internationally disoriented performance, for not having been fined. Provided that this episode can hopefully help me introduce you to some topics in the fight against the spread. He removed it from the tissue area with his bare hands. I want to inform you that masks act as a physical barrier for saliva particles, which are potential vectors for the viruses. These particles are mostly projected when coughing, but also when talking. Please do not take the mask off for talking. Besides, particles get accumulated in the front tissue, and therefore the contact with this area should be prevented. Then he took my ID, and I believe I saw him writing down the number. He touched a personal object from someone else with his bare fingers. Then he went back into the car, placed the ID on his notebook, and wrote the number with the same hand. You can calculate the number of risk points this action chain has had. I would actually be surprised if this gentleman still remains uninfected. I just can't help thinking it is funny a character like this teaches me about social responsibility and contagion fight. Just a quick remark. Every time I arrive home, I disinfect every object I bring from the outside, and reducing the number of these items has been my main motivation to stop carrying the leash with me when going for the walk. I obviously can do this because Ty is an angel. Also, I don't want to overlook the fact that the car left after our encounter. He had probably been explicitly waiting for me, meaning that he got a warning from a neighbor. And I relate this fact with my half-an-hour morning delay. So those eyes got me today. Very poetic butterfly effect. To finalize, I must accept this episode got me thinking about the privileges we are willing or unwilling to give up on for a greater good. In any case, this was the last time I visited Narnia for a while. Oh, just before I leave, my parents are much better. They haven't had fever for 2 consecutive nights, and the doctor are very happy, so we all are. Thanks for listening. Bye!